talking about 1% of the nation's power being consumed to grow marijuana. When you translate that into 50 states, legalization coming on board, you've got a carbon impact that is fairly massive. But it all looks good enough that I say strip it all. We should not be using our finite electrical resources to grow a recreational drug crop. It just makes no sense at all. When the rules first came out for Washington, they were only allowing indoor growing. And since then, we've seen other states go indoor only. Many of these marijuana farms are in industrial districts. They don't look like farms, they don't smell like farms, they don't act like farms.
We were the first ever fully permitted cannabis cultivation facility. So we built a fully permitted facility before there were any licenses to actually be a cannabis cultivator. We're essentially trying to reproduce the sun inside in order to create photosynthesis and grow these plants. As a result of the lighting, it generates a massive amount of heat. So you have to cool that lighting down to a temperature that is comfortable for the plants to grow. So those are the two largest electrical demands. And so for every dollar we spend on electricity, we have to try and get $2 back out of sale of our product.
When you come to my farm, you see many of the same things that you would see at any farm. I grow in rows, I grow with tractors, I harvest just like any other crop, and I think that that's the way that marijuana should be grown. I think the consumers would prefer it to be grown that way, and I think that there's a really strong environmental argument to produce marijuana as any other crop.
We need to allow for sun-grown cannabis. We need to allow for outdoor and greenhouse-grown cannabis in order to make this sustainable. I think indoor cultivation, like our facility in Seattle, will encompass 10% of the market in a stabilized market. And that's after, absurd regulations of having to be indoors goes away. We've built our last indoor cultivation facility, and I'm very proud to say that.
Indoor growing practices really revolutionized how we produce marijuana, and it produced a much, much higher quality crop. What people aren't used to seeing is that same quality grown under the sun. That's where the message has to be, because we are producing some of the highest quality marijuana in the market. What we know about energy is that it's finite, and that it's expensive, and it comes at a cost. And so when we use our energy, we should be looking at what does it produce more jobs? Does it make our quality of life better? Does it improve our economy? And when you ask that question to marijuana, the answer is no. And we should be using that power for something other than growing a recreational drug crop.